Okay. Wow, did I count 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just enough cards for the whole reading. Okay. The overall energy, Virgo, of your reading is the Three of Swords. So you've been through a heartbreak, or you're going to be going through a heartbreak. These are tears, this rain, tears. The swords, Three of Swords, just piercing your heart. Ugh. And then up here, in your highest energy, is the Lovers. Something happened to hurt your heart with a divine soulmate. Here's your guardian angels and spirit guides, and it's like they wanted you to come together. You were probably lovers in another life. Maybe there was some unfinished business. Maybe that's why you're back together, why they wanted you back together. This is the card for Gemini, so Gemini might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. These are the two strongest energies in the entire reading. So let's see why. Next to the Lovers is the Eight of Swords. And this is right above the Three of Swords. There was something that you weren't dealing with this divine soulmate. Something that there was truth and clarity that you could have dealt with, but you didn't. You let it ride. This is like you felt bound by the relationship. Usually that's because of love. And you have a blindfold on. That's not dealing with it. The feet are free, the mouth is free. You could have dealt with it, but you just kind of let it ride, and you kind of ignored or did not want to see all the truth and clarity here. Well, let's keep reading. I have the Two of Swords next to the Eight of Swords. Yeah, look at two cards in a row with your blindfold on. Not being able to see a situation. The Two of Swords is, the Eight is almost like you could have gotten out of it. You could have seen the truth. You could have seen the clarity whenever you wanted to, but you kind of chose not to. With the Two of Swords, it was because you were protecting your heart. Look, your arms are across your heart. Your swords are up. Your blindfold's on. This is like an ostrich putting its head in the sand and thinking that it will all resolve. It will all go away if I just bury my head in the sand and not say anything or do anything about it, because I don't want to get hurt. I know if I open my mouth, I will get hurt. Well, it never lasts, okay? Things always come to an end like this. So we have the Three of Swords, the Two and the Three of Swords. I have the Justice card right under the Lovers and next to the Three of Swords. This is the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But this is like self-justice. This is you. This is your energy. So now you're like, you're putting your sword up in self-defense. You're getting your scales balanced. So it's almost like you're not almost, but you're taking control of yourself here. And you're getting rebalanced over this heartache. And you're moving forward. I have the Ace of Wands on the other side of the Three of Swords and under the Two of Swords. You're moving on from this situation to it's blooming and blossoming. It's waiting for you. A fresh start, a new beginning. I have the World card under the Justice card. Yeah, you're getting balanced and you're in self-protection mode and you're very strong again. And you're moving into a new life cycle. Now, you might be moving into a new life cycle with your divine soulmate since this card is on the same line here. But let's just take a look. So next to the World card, I have the Six of Wands. And this is under the Three of Swords. This is success in love. That's what the Six of Wands is all about. We have all these wands coming up in the background. These are people celebrating your love. The wreath here is about engagement. What's going on here? It almost feels like so far that there was an issue that you were trying not to deal with that you finally had to deal with. Whatever it was did break your heart. I don't see what it was as of yet. Might be in these cards. But you're like recovering from it and you're becoming strong and you're getting rebalanced and you're entering a new life cycle. And I think that there is success in this very relationship that we were talking about. I think things get resolved. I have the Ace of Swords right under the Ace of Wands and right next to the Six of Wands. So it's like all these truth and clarity that you've been ignoring and hoping that will resolve, it actually turns into a conversation. Yeah, it was hurtful to find out whatever this was, but a lot of talking came out of this, a lot of honesty and truth. And I think this is what gets you restarted, it looks like, in the same relationship. If this is your reading, okay? These are general readings. Let's take out the second part of this reading. Oh, I still need 3 cards. Still need 3 cards, not from that deck. Still need 3 cards for Virgos, please. What else is it that they need to know? One more card would be great. Ooh, there it is. And I got 1 extra card now. Okay, I got 1 extra, which is fine. 2 extras. I'm just hiding behind each other. Okay. So I have the Page of Cups up in your highest energy. This is what you were trying to ignore, not deal with. You felt like they weren't in it like you were. The Page of Cups has a fish in the cup. And so this can be a card for Pisces because of that. Might be strong in your chart or someone else's. But there's not enough room in it for love in that cup because there's a fish in it. So I think you were feeling that way and you were just hoping it would get better by ignoring it. And then I had the 10 of Wands next to the Page of Cups. Yeah, it became a burden. Became a big burden trying to ignore that fact. And so you reached the 10 of Wands, which means there's no 11 of Wands, so you're able to put down the wands. You're going to start dropping them. You can drop them all at once if you want. And you do this by communicating. Finally, you start communicating. And I think you find out the truth and what actually hurt you through phone call or texting or email or video chat or something like that. But there's a lot of back and forth going on here. But it does help you to drop those wands. I have the 10 of Swords here, and the 10 of Swords is the end of the Tainted Cup of Love, the end of the hurt, the end of the pain. It's the end. There's no 11 of Swords. This is all truth and clarity. That's what puts everything to an end. The Ace of Swords is right down here. That's what puts things to an end. It's right next to the Ace of Wands, and this is what's helping you move forward. You were being breadcrumbed, which was heavy. That was the 10 of Wands right above it. That was weighing heavy on you, and so was this cup with a fish in it. So they were breadcrumbing you. They were barely feeding enough to this relationship to barely keep you hanging in there. Threw your scales off balance. But here you get rebalanced and you put your sword up like this isn't happening anymore. You know, like you're on guard and you're in self-protection now. And so they barely fed you enough attention, barely fed you enough time to keep this relationship going. So it feels like there's the reunion. See, I feel like this was worked out, and there's the reunion right there, the 3 of Cups. And it is through all this conversation. This is what brings you back together. It's actually talking it through, talking it out. And it is all about truth and clarity. That's what gets you there, right there. Get you back together. And you keep your sword up is what you do. You keep it up. So you're aware. Now you're very much aware. You're not in this state anymore, the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So you move forward very much aware. And, you know, it's a happy reunion. You really did want this to work out. And then under the 10 of Swords and next to the Ace of Swords, I have the 4 of Wands. This is a divine soulmate card. 1111. And this is union between 2 people. Remember, we right here we have a card for possibly engagement, but success and love and a new life cycle coming in because of all this honesty, this truth, and this clarity, and you're entering this new life cycle. And then we have this 4 of Wands. This is joy. This is love. This is celebration of love. This can be a card of marriage. Yeah, things are coming to an end. This heartbreak is resolving with the same soulmate, the divine soulmate, brought to you from your guardian angels and spirit guides up in your highest energy. So I have the Five of Swords, and I just got through saying this too, though, is under the Six of Pentacles and right next to the Four of Wands. The Five of Swords is about you picking up those swords of truth and clarity and looking back at them. You never forgot about them. But look, there's a third person or energy here. So perhaps there was someone else in this situation that was involved, but you can't get your mind off of them. So I think that's why all this communication came through. And this is where all this truth and clarity, talking about what was going on, what was happening. You did wait. You were hoping that they would return, that they would work this out, that they would, resolve whatever issue it was that was at hand here. And you waited. It feels like you waited quite a while, because the Seven of Pentacles, it's like this bush came into buds, but it never blossomed. And now you're waiting and waiting, and you're waiting for a reunion. You would really like a reunion with this person, but without whatever it was that upset you. I got the Three of Swords. And then I have two people walking away right here. There's also, Three of Cups. We got three people in this card right here. Let's see if I can find three anywhere else. So there could have been another energy anyway associated with what went wrong, but things are being resolved in the same relationship. The two extra cards are right here. Okay, first off, this is a card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. But the Emperor here, the energy is you're going to hold true to yourself. You are going to not settle. You're not going to put up with whatever it was that was having you breadcrumbed. And you're going to stay balanced. So you're going to be very strong. You're going to be very firm about what you need and want from life. Good for you. Sometimes the Emperor is a good energy. And it's right next to the Page of Swords, because there you are. You're like, okay, things don't turn out the way you say they will, or this same issue comes up again, I will cut you out. Okay, so your sword's up. You're not swinging it, but it's up, and you are staying true to yourself. But this whole situation is being resolved, which is lovely, and I'd love to see it. You might even end up engaged or married here. You are entering a new life cycle, and the truth and clarity had to come out. It had to. Putting it off did no good except delay everything. Now, I have advice from your guardian angels and spirit guides, and I'm going to take out a card, and let's find out, Virgos, what it is that they want you to know. So I'll just shuffle these a few times. I'll take the bottom card, right there. Oh, one dropped out, so that must be it. Successful completion. Wow. Card number 21. Now you can pause and read this anytime you want, but I'm going to read it to you. Successful completion. This is a time of incredible accomplishment. You're justified in feeling joy, a sense of completion, and pride in the amazing job you've done. You've been blessed with many spiritual insights. Soon you'll begin a new journey. But for now, take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. Wow, beautiful card. I really feel like for those of you this reading is for, everything's going to work out, and it's going to work out beautifully.